Hello and welcome back to the channel where we're building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Today's going to be a shorter day. I think I'm just going to refactor some stuff from yesterday and call it quits because I'm just in a wonky mood. I've got like the biggest zit on earth on my forehead right now. And I'm not blaming the zit. I'm just, I don't know, feels a little wonky today. So I'm just going to probably refactor what we did yesterday just a tiny bit so it makes a little more sense on the readable front, and then we'll just call it a night. But yeah, my zit is like 3 dimensions, like full on. It's like a peanut butter M&M. So I think what messed us up yesterday was the fact that was it in the player walk state, we swapped 2 parameters. Legal push right here. On this legal push method, on our pushables objects, we pass in an X and a Y, and it took us a little while to figure this out because our pushables on our legal push, we have column then row. So this is working. But it's a little backwards. Like I don't like that we call this tile X and tile Y. Well, I guess it makes sense. I guess it kind of makes sense because tile X is supposed to be, yeah, if we give it like an XY coordinate, tile X would be the column and tile Y would be the row. So I guess that's okay. So then I guess what do we need to do today? I'm not sure. We could make the other colors or our pushable tunics, because right now if we're in a push animation and we have a different color tunic equipped, we don't have the proper overlay for it. So we could possibly do that. At least, yeah, we would need it for each color. We could do that, or let's see if there's, oh, and you know what? We could maybe pull up our project here. And we've crashed. Okay, we have pushables, destructibles, pushables. So I kind of lumped those in. Pushables are going to be boulders or logs, and destructibles are going to be things we can destroy, like tall grass or wooden crates. Now, I guess wooden crates would be pushable and destroyable. So we need to make a wooden crate, and then we need to get the green tunic working for the push. So I think what I want to do, I think I'm just going to get the I'm just going to get the colors working on the push animation for today, and then we'll call it. Because I haven't eaten anything today, so I need to, I had 3 Slim Jims, which shouldn't count as eating. I'll need to get some dinner ready here soon. So I think we're just going to make the corresponding walking sheets for our other tunics. So what I'm going to do is open up our pushing animation, which we should have a player push atlas, player pushing atlas. Okay. Yeah. So we have a player pushing atlas that looks like this. So we need a corresponding color overlay for every one of our tunics. So I'm just going to open up our other tunic colors so we pull the same colors. So we've got a red tunic atlas. We've got a yellow tunic atlas. We've got a green tunic atlas. And we've got blue, red, yellow, green. So we need blue. Blue tunic atlas. Okay. So here's our colors that we need. So we just need the overlay of just the colors. So I think we just need like, here, can I? Okay. I think there's a palette button I could use to do this easier, but I don't know how to do that. So any gray pixel we turn blue. So the way this works is kind of like, it's a layer system. So there's a base layer of player that we render, and then we render things on top of it. So we'd render the player, then we'd render the tunic. And we kind of keep them in sync, so whatever frame we're on, we're always pulling the appropriate frame for the overlay. So once we get the colors here, we need to delete every pixel that isn't the blue tunic. We could technically keep it like this, but if we do any other cosmetic things, we'd want it separated. And yeah, I guess it doesn't matter too much for the order layer, because we can render stuff like a spell, an element in his hand. So we're actually just gonna delete everything that isn't blue. And then we can use this blue export as a template for the other colors, so we don't have to keep deleting all the pixels like this. So yeah, today's going to be a little tedious and short. Yeah, part of me wished we kind of just picked like a white palette and then just changed the color in the render function for these. That way we can even just modify what colors we want and tweak it. But also if we want custom color schemes like a custom color belt and stuff, the only way to do that is to do what we're doing and just kind of manually fill it out. What's up, Magnetonics? Dude, my head has been exploding today. It is awful. I was thinking about setting up my setup like this. Looking at this screen so that I didn't have to burden anyone who might catch a glimpse of it. Yeah, dude, I'm out of it. I was not feeling good when I woke up, and then I spent the entire day just resting in bed watching Netflix, which my body has been needing for a while, but I am just, I'm very tired. I watched like 5 things on Netflix today. Okay, so there's our weird looking blue pushing atlas. And you know what? Like, what's weird is, I just got out of bed, like, just because I was like, I have to stream. That's the only reason I got out of bed. The pushing atlas, you can't successfully push items with any color other than a green tunic, but that doesn't mean you can't have a blue tunic equipped and try to push something and have him be in the push animation. So we need these frames, even though we can't legally push with it. So let's just export as a PNG, or is it save as? No, that should be right. Player pushing atlas, I guess blue. I'm just gonna make sure that worked before we do our other colors. Okay, that looks right. Okay, so let's pull up the other colors. See, this will be a little easier. I know there's a way to change this a lot faster. I should probably look that up. I think there's like a find and replace color feature in Aseprite here. Okay, there's our red. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Magnetonic. Sorry, it is kind of a boring stream. They all can't be bangers, right? Yeah, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. Let's just double check we got the exports right. Player pushing Atlas. Okay. That should be okay. So now we can see how we're going to pull these into the game. So like I said, there's like a layer order, right? So like there's our player here. That's our normal default skin. But when we go to equip a different tunic, it applies the color on top of our player. So we're still rendering our player, and then we're rendering an option for another thing like a tunic. And then if we were to have another thing like equipped like an element, we render that on top of the player too. It's the same idea, a different sprite layer. And then if we pull up our like loot or something, we gotta fix the color on that. Okay, well, we're messing up the color on that, but you can see it's like a layer system. So it's player, clothes, items. So we have to first import all of these drawables we just exported. So we can go into here and go find our pushing. Where is it? Okay, well we have this like character blue tunic, so we would have character falling and then whatever color, and we can import them here. Now we have to do the whole thing. We have to import them as a texture, then we have to pull them out into quads, because we're basically trying to match the exact frame that our character's at, match it with the same frame of our corresponding state, right? Whether it be walking, idle, or pushing. So we just need to import all of these. This should be called Falling Atlas. It's called player pushing blue, or whatever. Player pushing yellow PNG. That should be the title of it. We'll double check that once we get the rest of the colors. But we should have a yellow, green, and we need a red. Okay, and then this will be blue. Okay. There's our global texture input. So now we need to import the quads, generate the quads. We'll do the same naming convention. Okay, so there's our quads. So now we have, yeah, properly segmented from the atlas each individual frame. So now we need to both set our layer. We're gonna have to see how we do this with our elements and stuff. Equip. There. So let's just try. Because that's in our pause state. I want to see it maybe in our walk state. Okay. So what we do is we draw our player. That's the first layer. We just draw the player. And then what's kind of cool is since they're all using the same size atlas, we just run the get current frame on the animation we've already drawn. So we know we're actually just going to draw the same exact frame of whatever texture we put in. And in this case, we're putting the color tunic. Now we have to do one more check. So it's like, because we are technically rendering whatever color tunic while we push. It's just rendering, player pushing. I said we'd check the name of that and then we didn't. Player pushing atlas, blue. Player pushing atlas. Okay, so look, if we put on, say, blue tunic, we are rendering a blue tunic, but we're rendering the frame of our push for our walking atlas. So we have to kind of say, well, if we're not falling, how do we do this? Oh, so this is just the tunic layer, right? If we're not falling and our Then we draw the character tunic, and then... Why are we doing this? Oh, this is falling. Oh, okay. So we have falling and not falling set out. So here we need to add a condition to this branch and say, if we're pushing, then render the pushing. If we're not pushing, render this. So we don't really have a... I guess we could say if push timer is greater than 0, go ahead and render... Because we don't have a boolean of is the character pushing or not, but we do have a push timer that we could do. So for our player, the push timer, yeah, we do have a push timer. Okay, so let's try the push timer. If that doesn't work, we'll figure something else out. So we'll first say if our scene's player's push timer is greater than 0, then we're gonna ask which tunic is equipped and render the pushing version of whatever tunic is equipped. So it would be character push blue tunic, or character push red tunic. And then we are, we're pulling the quad. We're pulling the actual get current frame of our anim, and our anim is the current animation for our player. So we should be pulling the same exact quad there. So it should match up. Character push, okay. So we're saying if our push timer is greater than 0, go ahead and render our blue tunic. But see, and then we're also saying this needs to be in an else. Yeah, because we only need to do one of those things. Either render if we're pushing, or render the normal tunic. That'll get nastier if we do different, more states, more custom colors than pushing. Oh gosh, texture expected. Got nil, bet argument 1 in 150. So we just titled something wrong. Oh, yeah, well, push blue, character push blue tunic, that's not right. Character push blue tunic, character push. Let's see. Character push, blue tunic, character push, character tag push, tag blue tunic. Character tag push, tag blue tunic. Okay, so where are we doing wrong? Character push. That's right. Character push. Character push. Oh my, what are the odds we messed up the one tunic we tried to equip? Blue tunic. Okay, pushing Atlas blue. That should be it. Let's see. So if we equip a blue tunic, looks like pushing is working for blue. Oh, that's off by 1. So, oh, that's right. Oh god, that one's right. It looks a little jacked up every once in a while. Ugh, it's not quite right, which kind of bugs. Pushing up looks okay. Oh my gosh, look how jacked up it is. We might need to add a bool for the character pushing. it is very inconsistent, and I don't like that. I don't get why it'd be flipping out though. Like it shouldn't be that weird. Okay, and maybe we don't have to floor. Oh, maybe that's why it's all jittery. Maybe we don't have to floor this. I don't know. I thought this would be it. Not so complicated. Yeah, it's like off by 1. Let's try to set if player's pushing. Because I think the timer greater than 0 is maybe what's screwing it up. So our player is pushing, then render the push atlas. Otherwise, just do the normal one. And then in our player walk state, basically, if we ever go to increment our push timer, we need to become pushing. So if there is an input in our keyboard output list or our touch output list, then our player becomes pushing, and then we need to flush it if there is no. I guess we can do this where we can say if there is an input, become pushing, else flush our pushing to false. That looks like we messed up the atlas, not the code. Oop, that's wrong. We are still being pushed. Or it thinks we're pushing. Yeah, this isn't right. It's not if we have any input become pushing, it's if we have any input against something become pushing. So we can leave the flush to false there, but if we collide with any map object, then we want to become pushing. So we would say right there, player pushing is true if we left collide with any object. Or any collide with any object. Okay. Oh. See, look at that. That's so jacked up. Why is it doing that? It thinks it's just off. It's just off. Oh, we need to do a refresh on the animation. No. Where do we do the refresh? Because the refresh shouldn't matter. We're setting it based on the current. Whenever we render it, we're only rendering the same frame of the atlas that we're on. So it's still rendering our pushing tunic up here. So our pushing being true collides with a map object Oh, a map object. Well, we're running it on the pushables, so huh. It shouldn't be turning. It shouldn't be rendering. Oh, we might have to do this flush outside of the collision. Let's do that. Do we have another output list for no inputs in here? If touch output list and okay, we would flush it here. We can say our pushing is flush to false. And maybe do that down here. Let's see if that fixes it. Huh. It's still off. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out elsewhere. I mean, are we... It thought we were still pushing when we were not. See there, if we were to print out pushing, it would say that it is pushing, even though it's not. Yeah. So this one isn't working as it should. Oh, because that's in the walk state. I mean, yeah. Maybe, okay, maybe instead of doing this, maybe what we do is say in our player walk state, which we're already in, maybe we just, we're setting pushing to equal to true if we're colliding with these things. So maybe what we do is we just go ahead and set it to false off the bat, and it'll get set to be true if we are pushing. Otherwise, it'll just remain. I guess the only thing that this doesn't account for is the idle state. So if idle state, maybe we change it to pushing false also. Just kind of flush it. I saw it mess up like that. Oh. Yeah, it looks like my belt is wrong. We didn't copy the belt color. Oh no. It's just so always something, right? I thought we fixed this. Pushable line 36. Player idle state, let's just flush to false in there too. Other than the item being rendered if we're pushing and the crash, that's very apparently wrong. we're crashing here by trying to index an illegal push. So if we go to the map class, which is where we put the legal push function call. No, it's in the walking class. Okay. So we basically don't want to we don't want to ever call a legal push with a value outside of the appropriate length, width and height. So maybe what we can say, you know, we don't want to trigger a push if the pushable we're colliding with tile X, which is the columns, is less than 1 or greater than 10. Or if the tile Y is smaller than 1 or greater than 8. You know what? And I think we need to scoot it down, because if I think it's or equal to. Yeah, it's or equal to. Okay, so if our boulder already can't be pushed because it's on an... You know, I thought we had done this. I thought we had... Is it in the pushable? Yeah. See, so maybe we just need the equal to in here, because in our legal push we're doing this check. I thought we had done this. Let's see. So let's do equal to on the legal push. Okay, that should be it. We shouldn't crash pushing it down to the bottom, but it shouldn't allow us to push further than the bottom. So let's see. Why does it crash then? What the? It didn't crash, and then it did, like, randomly, so... Okay, we'll leave a little note there. I'm not going to get much more done. I am not really feeling it, so we're going to say... We're going to commit here the message that says added tunic renders for pushing state. And we still have to fix some stuff, so it's not right just yet. But we committed before midnight on a day I wasn't feeling too good, so that's a success. We almost got, yeah, we got like 45 minutes. Here, I'll write out here. All right, have a good night, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow.